Remember that story about Cindy you-know-who? When her Christmas was stolen, she knew what to do.
Why, Santa Claus? Why?
She killed him with kindness and surprisiest of surprises.
I forgive you.
That one simple kiss made his heart grow 3 sizes. They loved their Christmas, those folks down in town. But what if I said, that's not how it went down? But this is a story far stranger than fiction. How a merry band of friends filled with joy and conviction set out to make a parody of a story we all know. But to see how they did it, well, that is quite the show. So come along and see the triumphs, tragedy, and fun. This is Christmas Chaos, making the mean one. But what is the mean one?
The mean one.
The mean one?
Mean one.
The mean one. The mean one is a family picture. No, I'm kidding.
It's a spin on a classic tale.
Both a horror film and a Christmas film.
The mean one's actually a story about a horror action drama.
The true meaning of Christmas.
The mean one is the story of love and loss, fighting and forgiveness, redemption, action and adventure.
Sure. How about this? One Christmas Eve in a sleepy mountain town, a young girl's mother is killed and her Christmas stolen by the mean one, a bloodthirsty green grouch in a red Santa suit. 20 years later, she returns home where the monster launches another bloody reign of terror that threatens to destroy Christmas. Now she's got a bold new purpose, trapping and killing the monster.
Why this movie?
Our story begins just 1 year before, when a filmmaking maniac had some silly in store.
My name is Stephen Lamorte, and I am the director and creator of The Mean One. And it's always been my great joy to take characters and story beats and icons and things that we know and kind of turn them on their side.
A green monster, a stolen Christmas. You get the gist. But this version of the story has one killer twist.
I've always loved the source material, and my thought was to take a story that everybody knows and present it with a horror comedy twist.
I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's do that. So we did this little, like 4-minute trailer proof of concept.
And originally that was the whole idea. We were just gonna do this action horror spin on this classic tale that I grew up with, and I was all about it. I was very excited. And we filmed it in like 4 days.
Spending a weekend with your best friends, killing people.
Ah, yes, that wholesome holiday pastime, staging gruesome murders of friends and family.
It was crazy. And then somehow our director managed to get it edited and out in like 2 weeks, right before Christmas.
And then...
Guess who?
With a gleam in his eye and a trigger finger that itched, the hunter proclaimed,
"Merry Christmas, you big green bitch!"
They made a short film for fun, and the fake trailer was shown. But the internet, as we know, has a mind of its own.
And then everyone loved it. And so many people were asking, well, when is the movie coming out? And we're like, well, no, that was it. That was the whole thing, like just the trailer.
Yeah, it's really great, but where's the movie?
Nope.
Are you out of your mind?
People were not satisfied, and they kind of demanded a movie.
Stephen came and said, do we really do this? Do we want to do this?
You tell me.
So eventually we just went, we better do this or somebody else is gonna.
Then I got a call in March, and they're like, we're gonna make a movie. And buckle up.
You gonna be okay? because we can turn around right now.
No, I need to do this.
So write, shoot, and finish a feature film with stunts, monsters, and mayhem in 6 months. Easy, right?
Right? No.
It was intense.
What are you doing?
Preparing?
Once we decided that we were going to make a movie like The Mean One, we knew that we had to move quickly in order to release the film on time for Christmas.
Let's just try to get through the holidays with no dead bodies.
We needed to get the cast together, the crew.
This was just sort of by necessity a very small film. And so you need to have like a very tight but a very rock star kind of group of people.
After assembling a talented team of tenacious tricksters, they worked in sync to create the perfect schlocky action, horror, campy, romantic comedy, monster movie. And a new genre was born: Hallmark horror.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
Don't believe in luck.
So Steven and I have worked on several projects together.
A lot of, sci-fi action horror kind of projects.
We did a Powerpuff Girls short film that was a lot of fun.
Steven and I work together as partners all the time, but we're also engaged. And this was our first project we worked on together after we got engaged.
What drew me to the project is friends, to be perfectly honest. Making a film is like going to war. And when you go to war, you go with friends.
I've always admired my dad as a writer, and so I basically begged and pleaded and said, please, oh please, oh please, I would love to be attached to this script.
I wrote The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride with my wife, and Cindy was pregnant at the time with him. And now I get to write this project with him. That is the circle of life, baby.
That's so sweet. And then when I saw this script, it was awesome.
It was such a cool take on this classic story, and it wasn't your stereotypical horror movies.
It was just an idea whose time had come.
So what do we do?
Our jobs.
Looks like this.
You've actually seen it?
Same as you. Enough to drive you mad.
I'm not crazy.
You're as sane as me.
The stars had been cast and the crew was ready, but something was missing. Now what could that be?
Problem?
Oh right, what is a creepy monster movie without a monster? The who and how. It's what the movie was about. I suppose that's something important to figure out.
This thing that you think you've seen all your life, but this new twist on it just makes it grotesque and horrific.
I think the creature perfectly resembles both the terror and the sort of campy, larger-than-life cartoonishness of this piece very, very well.
And I think that's what I got really excited about, was the fact that you could take this iconic character and turn him loose with a machete and a chainsaw and just see what would happen.
With the creature designed, we knew what it could do. With the what and how answered, the only question was, who?
David
Thornton.
David Howard Thornton, aka Art the Clown,
Is wonderful.
I was like, why has there never been a version of this story that has been adapted into a horror film? Because I felt it always lent itself to that. And when I saw the script for this, oh my God, I have to do this. I absolutely have to do this.
Yeah?
And so when we picked him up from the airport and we drove with him, it was really fun to see that he's just a down-to-earth, really cool guy. He is a character in and of himself. I knew it was going to be great.
Because I'm in it.
You know what it's missing.
He can act like the creature, but he needs to look like the creature too. Okay, we can do better than that.
The makeup for The Mean One was created by our fantastic special effects makeup artist, Tatiana. It was really important in the design of the makeup that David could emote. You have someone as talented and expressive as David, you don't want to bury him under a mask or under piles and piles of unmovable makeup.
How much can I move?
Let's see the fast move.
Separate.
Wow, look at that. That works really, really well. Oh yeah. Can you give me a smile? Whoa, that's gonna be killer once we get the teeth in those.
I got to see the mean one in its build and in its various iterations. The day before we were starting principal photography, David had come in. We were at the location we were going to shoot, which ended up being a location we were at for many of our days. And our makeup artist came in and she was doing the test makeup. And when he came out the first time, we knew it was gonna get there.
It took about, I would say about 3 or 4 hours to put all of the prosthetics on me. Besides, the lack of air holes, it was very functional. Who needs to do that? Just mouth breathe, it's fine.
Now, Tatiana is brilliant, from the choice of the prosthetics to the way she applies it, to the very zen-like, meticulous way that she spray paints every fleck of dirt, every inch of coloration to really bring the creature to life. I mean, she hand painted his teeth.
Yum.
Oh, I went nuts when I first saw myself in the mirror in full makeup, because I have a long history of doing children's theater, and I would usually play these crazy characters doing children's theater, a lot of animals and stuff like that. So one of the things I usually do when I get new makeup, I will sit in front of a mirror and make faces. And so I was doing that, and I think everybody on the production team probably thought I was crazy because I was in the bathroom for way too long.
And to see him transform from David, down-to-earth, regular guy, to put that on and embody it was really neat.
The makeup and wardrobe provided by Tatiana is just amazing. He looks terrifying.
So I had a basic idea of what I thought it was going to look like, and then I got there and I realized they took what I thought it was going to be and dialed it up to 11.
Hey, asshole! You're real.
Both Steven, the director, and I are huge fans of practical effects. And so when you're told, like, okay, here comes David, he's got the suit on, and then, the mean one walks onto the set. And you're no longer looking at an actor, you're looking at a creature.
And you can't tell where David ends and the creature begins.
It doesn't have this kind of guesswork of modern films where we're like, maybe after a little bit of CG or green screen, it'll look great. You just know, looking at the monitor, like, we nailed it. You just see it really, really come to life with its physicality, and like every crazy expression, every little movement that he wanted to throw in there would just pop.
And the crazy thing was, I never met David. I only ever saw David in the makeup. So I have no idea what that guy looks like in real life. So I only met this terrifying monster, and that's my only memory of him, which is still haunting me to this day.
With David on board, the cast and crew all in place, it was time to start shooting at a neck-breaking pace. Define enough.
So here we are, day 1 of production on The Mean One. I've got a car filled with equipment and art direction and set dressing and Christmas lights and Christmas lights and Christmas lights. So many Christmas decorations. I feel really confident we have an amazing team, and I think we're gonna make one hell of a film. So let's do it.
Okay, now is it time to start shooting?
What's your play?
Time to roast this beast.
Day 1, The Mean One production.
They look concerned about something. I wonder what that could be.
This is not a big budget studio movie. This is a movie that was made from borrowing, cheating, stealing, calling in every single favor you possibly could.
What we don't have in a huge budget, we make up for all of that in the fact that everybody that has come to our set wanted to be there.
A small group of dedicated maniacs who wanted to make something cool.
This was the type of production that everyone is working 3 jobs.
And that's the only way this thing would have gotten made.
She was hot.
We spared no expense.
Multiple jobs indeed.
Yeah, just
actors.
This little piggy went to the mountain.
Whoa, this is not that kind of parody.
Especially now this day, you see so much stuff that just, the sets are all CG green screen. It's like there was actual tangible things to work with, which I really enjoyed.
I love green screens, but the last movie I shot with Steven was entirely on a green screen. And so you'd take 2 steps, go to say your line, and Steven would go, hey Chase, you just walked through a desk. You gotta go back to it again. I'm like, oh, okay. So being able to see the ladder or the desk I was walking into, just eternally grateful for that.
Still walked into it though.
Still walked into it, yes.
Tight schedules and budgets can limit your quality, but what they lacked in resources, they made up with frivolity. I quite like that.
Hello. How's it going, Chris?
Yo.
Is this the first setup of the movie?
This is the first setup of the movie.
One down. About say about 600 to go.
Roughly.
He's gone mad. He's breaking.
She's beauty and she's grace.
Oh, we got a screw loose. Day one, everybody. It just gets worse. How you doing, Crystal?
What's going on here, Chef?
Setting up poor man's process daytime driving.
Poor man's process. We're not poor, but we do have a process.
We're rich in our heart.
Friendship.
Yeah, and then you just give it a little force. Yep, good.
So, Allison, who's this?
My friend.
New co-star.
That's right.
You've been replaced, Chase.
Cool. There he goes.
Come on. We gotta shoot. Take my hand.
Nighttime in the car. Broad daylight outside. Shooting in the tent. How was it, guys?
Sweaty. He's got a really rough tongue.
There's a sequel. We're gonna get in so much trouble for this.
We're trying to avoid the drug addicts that live in the house next door. We're trying not to get shot today. We're not gonna get shot.
Isn't this what you made?
In a movie that's got stunts and VFX is like a jigsaw puzzle that starts without any of the pieces colored in. Can you give us some more wiggle there? He's relaxing, but that's okay, because so is the producer.
How are you gonna vote?
Margie.
Your teeth are really
The crew and a lot of the cast, we all work on a lot of projects together, so we're like a little family.
We don't just make movies together, we, get together for Thanksgiving and we go to each other's shows and comedy shows and burlesque shows, and
It really created this like summer camp feel.
one big dysfunctional family. We put the fun in dysfunctional.
Well, a weird family, but a family all the same.
Here we are at the cave of the creature. Our stunt team is rigging up a rappelling system so that Chase can come rappelling in through that hole.
And by stunt team, you mean...
This was the type of production that everyone is working 3 jobs.
Yes, Chase was strapped into none other than the heroine herself, Crystal.
Okay, so the rappelling scene. I am extremely terrified of heights. And the funny thing is, I don't know if you could even call the cave bit heights, because it wasn't that high, but it is high enough to where if something had gone wrong, there would be a different actor sitting here playing Burke. But Crystal was very confident that she could rig up this whole system, and she did it a couple times for me to know that, show me it was safe. And then I went and did it, and I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. And actually the first take we did, Crystal made it very clear. She goes, when you drop in, don't grab onto the rope. Your instincts need to grab the rope, but don't, because you will smash into the side of the cave wall. And I was like, I got this. I totally grabbed onto the rope, and I smashed in the cave wall, and I still have a scar to show right there. Stupid.
Talk about bleeding for your art.
But after that, every take after that was great. I think we got it.
32, 10, 3, tail slate.
Holy that was badass. Cut!
Thank you.
How you feel, Chase?
I'm fine.
I'm gonna get it.
I'm still coming down from the adrenaline high of doing that.
We did it. We got our cave shots. Great job, Crystal. There they go. Just shove her. Yeah. You got this. You got this. There you go. Chase faced his fear, and he was able to come down the cave.
Thank you.
And now our crew has left us in the woods. We'll probably sleep here tonight and, make for the Make for base camp in the morning.
However, a cave in a public park was not going to let us cover it with shredded Christmas toys and Santa corpses. And Hollywood sound stages are expensive.
This is not a big budget studio movie.
So the team had to take a more unconventional approach.
Can I say that we did it in the writer's house?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well, the interior of the cave was built in the writer's living room. Now, this was told to me the day before we were shooting there, and my first thought was, oh no, what have I gotten myself into?
Is this a joke to you?
It's funny, just not ha-ha.
You don't get to hear your dad say, we gotta build a cave in our living room in 3 days very often.
This is not a big budget studio movie.
So here we are, day 3, no, 5, 6, 7, there's the crew. Very tired, and I'm gonna see this cave the first time. As you'll note, we are in the living room. There's Flip, the writer and cave designer. There he is, and behind me is a portal. Wow. So all of this paper, boulders, rocks, sticks, there's windows out there. All of this is gonna get a light spray painted touch. We're gonna put a light up on the ceiling to simulate the hole, and this is gonna be the creature's lair. Look at that. 2 places for it to go. Paper stairs, real fire hazard.
And then once I saw the dailies, I was blown away. I was like, this looks like we literally went to like Scandinavia and found some crazy old Viking cave. It takes a village, and this cave set was just unbelievable, the time they put into it, and it made it very easy for me as an actor to feel like I was in that place.
Okay, so we built a cave and created a creature. Clearly this team can take a hit and keep on going. But can they pull off punching back?
Oh! You're gonna have to learn to hit harder than that.
One of the things that helps take this film from like a horror to an action film is your sort of commitment to the physicality of each individual moment. And you don't get that commitment without bringing on somebody like Terrence.
With monsters and mayhem and blood in full bloom, it was time for the stunt team to bring on the boom.
All of our stunts were made possible under the careful supervision of our stunt coordinator and fight choreographer, Terrence Rotolo.
Look at that mean man.
Terrence is intense.
But it's just because he's so good at what he does, and he's so professional and so committed to safety and yet the quality of the work.
Tough on the outside and kind on the inside.
I mean, we even celebrated his birthday on set. We were like, Terrence, don't you have somewhere better to be? And, he said, no, I'd rather be here with you guys. And so, of course, we had a cake for him and lots of Coke Zero, which is his favorite.
I've trained with him. We've worked on various other projects together. So I knew we were in really good hands. And I think the thing that he excels at is creating a story within the fights. I really feel like that's his secret sauce.
My approach to the action was contingent on a couple of different factors. One was the shooting schedule, which was rather tight.
This is not a big budget studio movie.
But another contingent was also that we had such a capable lead actress in Crystal Martin. Because Crystal Martin is not only an accomplished actress, she's also an accomplished and professional stunt person.
I was lucky to have worked with Terrence before, so we already had a great working relationship.
And so that really streamlined the process.
There are weapons, there are kind of interesting holiday-ified weapons that we got to use.
One of my favorite things is Cindy's bat.
This is so cool. I get to work with the guy that used to do stunts for Power Rangers. This is amazing. This was definitely a very physical role. I was lucky enough to have a kick butt stunt double as well, Robin, and I'm very grateful for him because he makes me look like a badass in this film. So we think a lot alike too, so we would bounce ideas off each other, and that was a lot of fun. But I got to do a lot of my own stunts as well.
I did get a really hilarious previs sent to me where we put the director and our producer, Amy, in different roles, and it was really fun to watch.
There's a noise.
right? Boom, grabs the legs. Front fall. Right. Then she's here, she kicks. Right. Then she
Lands.
Jumps.
You land on this side.
Jumps and lands here.
Then Cindy is like, oh, here. He's like, oh, reveals the fuse, lights it.
Boom! He's looking around, and then, oh no, and bang, he's trying to shoot. Great, and then she dive rolls towards the bat, and they're swinging. Okay, all right.
Look, you had to be there, okay?
My death scene, Mayor McBean's death scene, was a really, really fun day for me on set. It was also a nerve-wracking day because, well, for a long time, I actually had no idea how we were going to do that death. And when we got to it, I knew working with Terrence was gonna be, old hat. Like we have a language that we can speak because I've trained with him so much, but it's an important part of the story because it feels like it's the moment that Mayor McBean gets her comeuppance. And so it needed to be impactful.
What are you gonna do about it?
Everything we can, of course.
There's one moment when the mayor is running for her life and the mean one catches up to her and she takes a rather nasty fall.
Ouch.
And she did it with no pads. There was no kind of protection there. It was just the ground and her and the camera. I think there was an audible gasp from our cameraman and from our DP.
And that felt sort of cool on set.
After cut, they were like, we didn't know it was like that. It's like, yeah, it's like that. And Amy's just like, good, are we going again? We're okay, we're going again. And the crew was just like, okay.
But every memorable movie needs a big signature set piece. What better target for the mean one's mayhem than the most vile, deplorable part of every Christmas season? Can you guess? No, it's not eggnog.
No. Can you tell me?
Come on, try harder. It's not your politically incorrect uncle.
No. Can you tell me?
Okay, fine. The focus of the film's big murder rampage is...
God, I hate Christmas.
SantaCon was something I had never heard of before. And when it was introduced to me, it was like, that can't be real. That can't possibly be a real thing. And then we started doing research on it and it was like, oh my God, this is a real thing.
Yes, the sketchy Santa convention, an annual occurrence that delights in drunken Santa behavior, became the target of the mean one's wrath.
It was really fun just to be able to go absolutely bananas. And it was really fun to write characters that people wanted to see die.
Hey, yeah, I make you mine.
Oh, it's very real.
I'm a New Yorker. I used to wait tables back in the day. I had to deal with SantaCon people, and so I finally get to do what I always wanted to do to SantaCon people. Because gosh, they deserve it.
SantaCon was one of our most ambitious set pieces in The Mean One.
The day that we shot SantaCon was insane.
We had 14 stunt performers, a massive crew, backflips, blood, a little bit of pyro.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
All the elements you would expect from an entire horror movie, we had in just one sequence that we had to film in just one day.
These actors came in, we showed them what we had in mind, asked them what they were comfortable with, and they were like...
To me, that was the day that everything clicked together.
When you're on a project like this, that's kind of how things happen. You have to just sort of catch whatever lightning you have in the bottle that you can afford and just let it explode. And that's kind of what SantaCon was.
And it's like, oh, you're being thrown into this vat and you're going to be ground up.
It's not every day you get to shove someone into a meat grinder, so that was fun.
Oh my God.
What a sordid bunch. Look at them.
When everybody kind of gets on the same playing field like that, I think you just kind of create magic. And so that whole day was just full of us like wondering how we were going to possibly shoot it all. And we did. We got everything that we wanted and more.
And so this ragtag gang persevered through 14 crazy nights of holiday horror. But alas, all good things must come to an end.
A lot of people said we were crazy, and I knew the only way to pull this off would be to do it with a bunch of people equally crazy. Love you all. Thank you so very much. And we have to get to editing because this damn thing is due in like 2 weeks. So we'll see you all this time.
No, thank you. You made my heart grow 5 times. Size is too big, I guess. I don't know. I need coffee.
With the film in the can and the post-work begun, it was time to let the world know just what they had done.
I don't think any one of us on the cast or crew was expecting the internet to explode like it did when they released the first picture and the synopsis.
And just like that, with the release of one single image, the mean one was everywhere.
I think the moment this hit the internet, it was insane. I had people that I hadn't talked to in 10 years message me and be like, oh my God, this movie looks insane. The Mean One, are you in this? Can you tell me more about it? And I didn't want to say anything, but the number of people on Twitter, like I literally went on there and I noticed that the trending topic was The Mean One. And I think within 10 minutes, there were 7,000 individual tweets about this movie. And then by the end of the day, we had like 250,000 people had shared it on TikTok and it just blew up.
I don't think we were expecting the online attention that this got.
This is not a big budget studio movie.
I think it's because it's based on a story that everybody grew up loving, and they're getting to see it in a new light.
They either have one of two reactions, and that is, oh my God, this is such a fabulous idea, I can't wait. Or, how dare you ruin my childhood? Curse you when you should all burn in hell. So we tend to focus on the yay parts and run with those.
And burn in hell they would, because this merry band of misfits still had to finish the movie with just 2 months to go.
When that first photo went viral, the movie wasn't totally complete, so we weren't fully ready for it, I don't think. Actually, no, we were not ready.
Post-production on The Mean One was intense. I mean, we had to do a complete movie's worth of post-production, which can take anywhere between 6 months to 9 months to even longer in just a few weeks.
There were a lot of sleepless nights.
We called in every favor and drank every variety of energy drink and coffee to try to keep us awake. A lot of went wrong. The composer's home, the power went out in the entire block, which made it impossible for her to write some of the final cues at the 11th hour. Our lead visual effects artist disappeared in Brazil. If you're okay, please, we miss you, we love you, come back. We had to tag in 3 other additional editors to help with cutting additional scenes and compositing and cleaning up certain elements. I myself had to take on an additional 100 visual effects shots that I'm not sure I ever really finished.
We had way more eyes on us in this film than I initially thought. I was terrified.
Once word got out that this movie was coming, we knew we had to step our game up because people were actually going to see this damn thing.
Uproxx reports that The Mean One is a holiday horror film about a hairy, green-skinned grump living on a mountain high above the town of Newville who hates Christmas. Oh, and he also murders a lot.
We're going to show you guys the unreleased trailer.
Ooh, ready? Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Remember that story about Cindy You-Know-Who? When her Christmas was stolen, she knew what to do.
Why, Santa Claus? Why?
Hey, it's little you.
Minnie Me's so cute.
That's not how it went down.
That's the moment. Wait.
Out there! What if the Christmas killer is back?
Oh, man, he's terrifying.
Go through another Christmas killer thing.
What is it?
Mean one. He's elusive. He's a mean one, that mister.
Nice training montage.
Time to roast this beast.
I love that show.
No!
No.
Oh, good stunt. Good stunt. Look at that flip.
Amy, you get it.
That's great. I love it. Wow, that was amazing. That was so cool.
After all their hard work, the team finally had a stroke of luck. Everything was going great, and then tragedy struck. The team was riding high, and the world was ready for Christmas horror fun. There was just one problem with their release. There would not be one.
We're in the midst of trying to finish the movie when we get the call and we find out that it would be impossible for the film to be streaming on time for Christmas.
It's all falling apart, Sheriff.
The team was devastated. After months of hard work, sweating and toiling in deserts and caves, in hot warehouses and cold forest nights, it looked like all hope was lost.
That was a dark day. I mean, I felt like I'd let everybody down. There's people that wanted to see it that wouldn't be able to see it. There's all these people that worked so hard on the film who wanted to see it.
There was probably like 48 hours where we just sort of floated around in shock.
I could describe my ceiling above the couch in my living room pretty aggressively because I laid and stared at that ceiling for a while, trying to figure out what we were going to do.
But then an idea struck the director, an idea so crazy, so outlandish, so ridiculous, that it was only fitting for this outlandish, ridiculous movie.
The thought kind of dawned on me. I said, well, if we can't go small, what if we went bigger?
And with that, an idea was born. What if The Mean One came to the big screen?
We thought, we can't get a movie into theaters. It's a little indie film that we made on a shoestring budget with our friends in the woods. And then that idea became more and more of an idea.
And so we started making some phone calls to see what it would take to put the movie in theaters. One thing led to another, and we found out just a few weeks before the movie was supposed to be released to the world that we wouldn't just put the movie in a theater. We would be in many theaters all across the country.
And just like that, Christmas was saved, and along with it, The Mean One.
As soon as we found out, oh my God, we're gonna be in theaters, we opened champagne, we cried. I called up Flip and Finn and Chris and everybody on the team and said, guys, you'll never guess, we're gonna be in theaters. And people just lost their minds. Everyone just got on board because now we actually have to finish this damn thing. And so we set to work and tried to deliver a theater-ready feature film in like 10 days.
So now, inspired and reinvigorated by the prospect of putting the movie out in theaters, the Mean One team sprang back into action to deliver the movie on time and get it ready for the world premiere.
three sizes because we sure love scary horror films for Christmas. Well, you guys take care, enjoy the film, have a scary Christmas, and a happy new year.
And so ends our story with holiday cheer.
All right, let's give it up for some of the casting crew from The Mean One. Did you say the writer was here?
The writer is here, one of the two writers, Flip Kobler. He's in the back. He's been sweating for the last 9 minutes.
Needless to say, the little film that could, did.
We are going to get some Christmas spirit in here.
It was so fun. It was one of the most unique things I have ever experienced.
Absolutely amazing.
So delightful.
I thought it was fantastic. Sort of like anybody that loves horror, anybody that loves holidays, it's like the perfect mesh of both worlds.
It should be a yearly tradition.
Yes, it should be, yes.
I'm gonna watch it every year.
And the fanfare only continued as The Mean One spread across the country, playing for audiences from coast to coast.
The movie is only supposed to be in theaters for one weekend.
With each passing day and showing by showing, people's hearts started swelling and they just kept growing. Then something amazing happened. To the bewilderment of everyone, the movie was extended again and again and again. This tiny film stayed in theaters for the rest of the holiday season. But that's not all. The next Christmas, thanks to all the holiday buzz, The Mean One returned. And what a return it was!
Oh, baby Mean One!
The film was released to the world both on DVD and streaming, topping the charts with laughter and screaming. It even came back to theaters and made quite a splash. In over 1,000 theaters, it raked in the cash. The film was available far and wide, in new languages for new audiences. It was quite the ride. These merry maniacs came together with a tiny budget and big dreams, doing something unbelievable with laughter and screams.
Guess who?
Christmas truly is the time of miracles and monsters.
When we started this process, we didn't set out for fame and fortune.
The original plan for the movie was just get dropped on a streaming service, and then things took a real sharp turn.
Everybody's response to The Mean One has been fantastic. I had a blast doing this.
We were having this text chain of everyone just in absolute awe of the excitement that's out there for this film, and we couldn't be happier.
The biggest lesson I would take from making The Mean One is that it's important to believe in yourself, but sometimes it's more important to surround yourself with people that believe in you more.
Not a single day goes by where I don't get message from like a fourth cousin who now wants to borrow money from me because he heard about The Mean One.
Did you give him the money?
No, because I have no money. We're waiting for this one to hit, right? Yeah.
And so ends our story of the little movie that could, who set out to make a movie that really no one should. They went from idea to the big screen in only a year and left us with a lesson that's really quite clear. With the right group of friends, anything is possible. And when those friends become family, they become unstoppable. So tell your weird stories and make people scream. You never know who'll be there to help you follow your dream.
A sequel? No. Unless